Hello everyone and welcome back. Today we're going to be playing this Gruul combat trick deck that was played by Island Same, where he got top 8 in the MTGO standard challenge. It basically caters around going to combat, getting Picnic Ruiner to trigger its double strike ability, and then holding up all these kind of instant speed spells that can buff our creatures to be lethal very quickly. One important thing to note, if you are kind of looking for a budget deck, this is kind of a great option. As you can see, every card outside the mountain to the left is uncommons and commons, where the right is all the rares. And realistically, if you're really playing budget, you can just make these basic mountains and forest and play whatever red green lands you have, preferably any that enter untapped, as tap lands are really bad for this deck. It kind of goes against the strategy in general. Yeah, we're gonna get into it. I lost a couple games, just me personally, playing pretty bad. It's a hard deck for me to kind of play because sequencing is very high, and this is kind of the opposite style of deck I've been personally playing lately. But outside of that, let's just go ahead and get into the games and see how they go. All right, we go first. See, well, first with this deck matters like a lot more than it has in the past with other decks I play. Golgari and stuff of that nature, we can kind of keep up no matter what happens. Play this because we're lining up a massive turn, although go for the third is obviously a play here, but let's force it out. They have it. Okay, apparently they don't have it. What do we do here then? I'm just gonna anger it again, I guess. Just get my value off the anger, try to find a land. Already has double strike and they give it up. I was hoping to find a land and monster trade it, which I guess I'm so stupid, dude. They thank the Lord they conceded, because hold on, I'll explain why I'm dumb. When this attacks by a creature, it does not say other creature, so I thought the Swift Spear had to be bigger. Even if that was the case, if I cast the anger on the Ruiner, this would have got prowess and been big enough to trigger this anyway, so I just miss out on so much damage. I am dumb. All right, we go first, and it's pretty sweet. Keep it. Play old Scamp first, you know, with a little pesky boy out there. Why is everybody playing to gain lifelines today? Did I miss something? I'm gonna play this guy, do pretty much the same plan I talked about before, where it's more of a setup here. We'll decline this, and then we could play Swift Spear and Audacity this, and then just go to town. This is us learning from our mistakes. This is why just keep it going, you know. On the 9. We'll decline here. Next turn, if they just remove this and we call it okay, I guess the land lockdown's pretty good. That would be pretty bad for us. But worst case scenario, we Audacity to Scamper and then Ancestral Anger, or double Ancestral Anger it. Maybe find land, Audacity, put it on there. Hit them. Call it a home run series. They discarded land for, or this went and discarded. I'm gonna do this. I'll force them to interact. You let me continue to draw cards. Okay, never mind. They don't care. Once again, I'm going to. It could march it, which would actually take away this effect, but letting me draw cards is not the move, I don't think. Just set up this in case they have something and then they board wipe and they somehow survive the turn, which I'm unsure how. Okay, because if they remove that, okay, they gain 2 life. That is a way you could, but still don't. You had to like kill this, but you just didn't have the answers anyway. So, alright, we go on a draw, which is fine. I messed with my mic, so I'm gonna try to cut it out so you don't have to hear that. We'll play this. We'll hit. We'll see what's up with our opponent here. What you got going for us? Soldiers? Sure. Denick is fine. We can kind of bait the Denick here. If they don't do anything, we'll just play the Ruiner. Get this down because it can enter tapped. So let's attack. I doubt there's a block here. Yep. The argument is they can gain the life back off Denick, and most likely you can. We got Ruiner here. Still no way to give Trample, which is kind of frustrating. This is so good. I almost said, like, why didn't this give Trample? And I'm like, this card would be too good if it's giving Trample. It's flash and auto equips. Yeah, it doesn't give Trample, mate. Probably fine. Let's play Swiss Spear here. I don't know what they have, but I'm gonna play this and I'm gonna equip it on this boy to go ahead and give it that double strike that we want so bad. I'd rather use Giant Growth as a combat trick here. Especially if Ganjo is the option that they're rolling with. Because this will actually grow out of range. I think Ganjo does... No, does it do 5? It might do 5. I mean, I'm going for it. Either way. I don't think we can sit back and be patient forever. Reinforcements, okay. Well, I assume one of these are blocking. Yeah, that makes sense. Holding onto the Giant Growth, kind of saving it as a combat trick for next turn. If they want to get really big and try to stay in the way. There's a Lord. Maybe this will entice them to attack. Me. I would not like to Giant Growth their creature game. Or mine at this current moment. Playing another Denick. Just to sacrifice yours on legendary rule. I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. I can't complain with that logic. I mean, I could, but not really fair to. Alright. Well, you know what to do. Skip them in. See a Denick block here, maybe. Maybe not. You see Denick block. Nice. Well, if that's the case. Just get you out of here. Other Denick have to be coming on the backside. Now they're left with this 2/2. Maybe they play big creature here. Maybe they have 2 good creatures to play. Hit land drops like crazy, which is somewhat fortunate for us. Attack? You have a board wipe or something? No Denick. What does that tell us? That they hate us, probably. Let's just go ahead and anger here. I don't know what they got for us. I mean, this is like kind of enough. No, we'll just play one of these and hold it up as a creature and they'll get a counter. Okay. So it has double strike. Uh-huh. Sure. It's all fine and dandy, I suppose. In turn, and we'll just cycle in our instep here with this. Thought about playing it, but I feel like we have more than enough damage on the board. We just need to find ways to get it through. They attack, okay. Not scared, they said. Or they feel like holding back is hopeless. Don't worry, mate. You have no way to get there. Let's see. Play this out. There's a mountain. Realistically, we are just getting in there once again. Don't block this and they have nothing. They die. And that basically trades us off for free, which is really nice. Okay. They were greedy with their creature, so we get there, but they don't have any cards in hand, so I think they have to be greedy. So it's a little bit of a weird scenario. It's like not very cut and dry on what you should do. All right, you can keep this. This hand's very, very good and very solid here, so keep hold of it. Start off with Swiss Spear, attack. Now it's the idea, depending what we're against. If this is humans, play Ruiner. If it's control, I even feel more inclined to play Ruiner. Just have it set up. It is a double striker, and we have a ton of damage next turn. I mean, this right here is going to make this 10. This will make it even more, but we just got white control. Absolute stunning gamer. Oh, we'll pass. Here comes wedding announcement. Oh, you missed a land drop? Sweet. Well, we're pretty much working on being in the clear, although the real problem is they're obviously going to have a lot of removal. I just go ahead and audacity this. So if, well, it's only if it dies, I suppose. So that's kind of the problem, right? I mean, I could play my entire hand next turn, so I'll just keep it. That's the problem with, like, oh, hey, you found the wedding announcement. Look at you. Make your 1/1. We'll be able to give everything trample here. It's just whether or not can we kill him. All right. I need a scientist. Either way, I want to put the most amount of damage on this that I can. So we want to Ancestral Anger this to give it... Actually, we can just Audacity it, right? Well, Audacity is more damage. So we want to put it here. Then Monstrous Raise Giant Growth this. So let's start off with Ancestral Anger here. Give it Trample. Now it has Trample. Now we can just fire off all of our spells here. I'll let them know. I don't really care. Giant Growth. This is huge. This is huge. Now we just make it even larger. All right. Here you go, Mono White. I mean, this is turn 5 lethal, I guess. So it's not like we did it quick, but it's very quick from when we finally established 2 creatures and we're like, all right, this is the time. All right, talk about the deck a little bit, and kind of what we're looking at here is it obviously looks very awkward in terms of the deck building thing, but mainly I think I made a lot of mistakes with the deck today. So it's kind of hard for me to critique it and say I didn't like this, I didn't like that, but there's definitely things that are kind of awkward. Like we played against Rakdos and it felt like unwinnable at all, like kind of the mid-range one, because they would just remove our stuff and they had hard removal, so our combat tricks didn't get around it. We got to dodge a cut down like once, I think, which is nice and very good, but sometimes they're just like remove your creature, trespasser, shieldred, and then you're like, well, I have to kind of waste all my resources just to get that off the board because we don't play any removal type effects like lightning strikes or play with fire, so we can attack, have lightning strike the creature, have Swift Spear get a prowess counter, and now it deals 5 damage, and we didn't waste as many resources. Here it's like we have to giant growth it and our creature's going in, but if we're giant growthing it to trade it, we're not putting it on the Picnic Ruiner. So there's a lot of different like things like that. I definitely made mistakes because it's a very, I would say it's a very sequence heavy deck. Like you will, if you're really observant on how you play, you can very easily spot like, oh, I went wrong here, or I did this exactly wrong, whatever. However, a bright side here for anybody looking for a deck in standard, maybe you don't have very many rares at all, or whatever. We have uncommon, or common, uncommon, uncommon, commons, uncommons, uncommon, uncommon, commons. And then even Picnic Ruiner itself is an uncommon. This is a rare. So main deck wise, in terms of your spells, you have 4 rares. The rest are commons and uncommons. Outside of that, it's the land base, which I can separate here. As you can see, these are the rares that are in the deck in total. So this is something to think about whenever you might be wanting to play a deck. If you want to play like an aggro deck, I do think the deck is better than what this video probably portrays it as. I mean, I go same got top 8 with it, so it is what it is in a MTGO standard challenge. But that was best of 3, so we played best of 1. Is what it is. I know on the tweet where I saw the list and where I pulled it from, I wanted to put more my Ironclast in the deck because for 3 mana, getting a 4/3 haster out of nowhere and then being able to like giant growth and stuff like that is pretty insane. But yeah, overall the deck felt fun. It was definitely cool. I needed way more reps with it because man, my bad. But well, that's it. I'm gonna call it. I'll see y'all later and I'll catch you around. Goodbye.